What up, YouTube? It's your girl DeeDee. Welcome back to another live stream, you guys. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. I hope y'all are doing well. Please excuse my voice. My voice is a little scratchy, y'all. I wanted to pop back up just to, share a few things with you guys. And I'm not gonna keep y'all too long today. Please. If I'm for real today. I'm not gonna keep y'all too long. So we gonna get through this live and I'm gonna wrap it up. But thank y'all so much for being here. For those of you who are in the building, as you come into the building, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. That is super important, y'all. Please hit the like button. That definitely helps the channel out. Okay. So make sure you guys are doing that. If you're new to the building and you like the content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It is free to subscribe. Also share and like the video as well. One in the chat if y'all can hear me. One in the chat if the audio is good. One in the chat if the audio is good. I want to make sure that that is good before I keep talking. Hit the like button, y'all, as you come into the building, and subscribe to the channel if you are new to the channel. Shout out to everybody. Happy Saturday. I hope y'all are enjoying y'all weekend so far. Hope all is good with y'all. Shout out to Successful MD in the building. Queen of Vibes. Lorenzo Redman, what's going on, Lorenzo? J-Dub, how are you? Hustle the Great. Hey, how you doing? F Wood, hey, how are you? Let's see who else is in here. And Alex, what's going on, Alex? Hope all is well with you. Casanova 1986. Is that 86? Yeah. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Shout out to y'all. I hope y'all are doing good. Y'all be hopefully y'all stay safe and be careful out here, child, because crazy stuff is happening every day. So watch your backs when you out here in these streets. Be careful, make it home safely, and all that good stuff. So we're gonna jump into it. Once again, I'm not gonna keep y'all too long. So if you have anything you want to chime in with, make sure you chime in the chat. I want to hear what you have to say about the content. So as you see the title, do Black women have to be so hard? That's a question that they're now asking themselves, and a lot of Black women ask themselves this all the time. Do they have to be so hard, and they don't want to be considered so strong and so independent and so hard, but at the same time, this is something that they lead with. This is something that they run with, but at the same time, they know that it's not really benefiting them the way that they think it should, being so hard and so tough all the time. And I think it's something within the Black community that I think a lot of women have struggled with, to be honest with you. A lot of women have struggled with that idea because they felt as if though they had to carry the load, that they had to do everything by themselves, that they had to be the ones to lead the households and lead the families because the men weren't doing it according to them. The men weren't present. And so the very thing that a lot of Black women run with and lead with is because, is that independence and that strength and all of that, which I think Black women are strong. Don't get me wrong. I think a lot of women are strong because they felt that they had to be. And that's where I have a little bit of pushback, because I think that's something we've been told. I think that's something because we've seen our mothers struggle, our mothers do it by themselves. And the funny thing is that we as a community, as Black women, we can identify that it's a struggle and that we don't want to be hard and we don't want to be strong and we don't want to be tough all the time and it's working against us, but we don't want to acknowledge the reasoning behind it. And that's my pushback. I can acknowledge that, yes, as Black women, I've heard it since I was a kid, how, things are hard and you can do bad by yourself and, the struggle is real and all of that. And I've heard it and I've seen it. But what we don't do as a community is acknowledge or take any accountability on the reasoning behind it. There's all the excuses in the world. There's everything that you can point to that is bad. But when it comes to taking accountability and looking at the reasoning behind the consequence, that's where it falls short. That's where the skipping and the hopping comes in. That's when the going around the bush and all of that comes in, because a lot of Black women don't want to acknowledge the truth. They don't want to acknowledge the root of the cause. Let's look at the cause. Let's look at what the problems are. Let's blame black men for not being there, but there's no accountability when it comes to the women and their contribution to that. Because there is a contribution. We would be lying to ourselves if we said black women, just was so perfect, and they just sat there and all of the dirt was done to them and they had no part in it. That would be a lie. So I think a lot of black women are blinded to the reality of their part because they don't want to have any blame in it. This is why it's always the man's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. It's always going to be Jermaine's fault because Jamisha don't want to take accountability. So that's where it falls flat. Me as a black woman, I can certainly acknowledge the difficulties and the things that have occurred when it comes to black people. Not just black women, but black women and black men. But when women are trying to justify certain things, they act as if black men have not been in some of the same positions that they have been, that black men and women haven't struggled equally. You know what I'm saying? As if black men ain't had to deal with racism and all of the things that come with it. And in fact, I think black men, in my opinion, I think black men have had it harder. But black women want you to believe that, they've had it, the struggle is real for them, but the struggle wasn't real for black men. You want to make it seem like black men could just pull themselves up by the bootstraps and just make it all happen for you, as if they didn't have obstacles and things that have prevented them from excelling the way they could have. Now, we all know that there are a lot of successful black people, that a lot of black people are doing pretty well, but we can't ignore the issues that have correlated to holding a group of us back. It would be asinine to not look at that and attribute that to some of the downfalls and some of the things that have happened in our community. There is a correlation to it. But a lot of black women, in my opinion, act as if black men didn't have that issue, that black men are just supposed to jump past and, be past everybody and in spite of, even though we have successful people. I think black men actually have it harder. But women are, because they're women and they have vaginas, they're supposed to be put at the forefront, and they're supposed to be, they act entitled as if help is just, owed to them or something. They act as if they're owed something and something, they're supposed to get a reward for something. But as a black man, they don't deserve that. And so I just think we have to look at that, and we have to look at that because all of it ties into why a lot of black women are having issues. Some financially, some relationships, just issues all around. And one of the issues that they seem to like to portray is the idea of them having it so hard, and they had to be masculine and strong, and they had to do it because they had these kids to take care of, and they had to go work, so it makes them harder. When I personally don't think that should have been your issue, because it's not like we haven't had marriages. We were, had high marriage rates in the 60s. Black people were together and married back then, but you can argue, because they had to. Okay, well, you don't think that we should be together now? And that's the difference. I think now women have put on this idea or been told that because they can get a job now. They like to say, back then women can't have a bank account. So just because you can have a bank account now and you can work, which they worked back then too. Women back in the 60s worked too because they had to. The men and the women had to work. They needed the two income to take care of their household even then. And I would say the same is for today. A lot of women think that because they can make money that they don't need anybody else. But you don't understand the dynamics of building. Just because you make money, even if you make $100,000 a year, if we're hearing people saying $100,000 a year ain't shit today, well, that would even further my point that, hey, you need to have somebody else that you're working together with so you guys can build something, because what you're making, you're spending it right out and it's not really benefiting you. This is why they want men with money, but you don't want the commitment. You don't want the relationship. You don't want what it takes to go through to actually build. You just want to use somebody, because that's what it really is. So that's going to take me to this clip that I want to play for y'all. And I want to get y'all thoughts on it because, I personally don't think that black women have had it as hard and struggle as hard as they have. I think some of them have put themselves in these positions. I'm not going to say everybody. This is not everybody. When I'm speaking in general, it's in general, but it's not referring to, I'm not going to be like modern women and say, all black men are trash. No. I think there are some trash black men, and I think there are some trash black women. I think that there are men who don't know how to be in relationships and are lost and have not worked on themselves, and they don't want to accomplish anything. And I think the same goes for women. So when I'm speaking, I want people to understand it's general, but it's not directed at you. If this is not your situation, then I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the people who have this type of mentality, and they're still trying to figure out why they're not getting anywhere. If you're married or if you're in a good relationship and you don't have these issues, kudos to you. I would love to hear you, at least come out and talk about your experience and how it's working for you, because we need more people who have positive situations to come out and talk about their situation, because we see too much negativity. Where are all the couples or the women who have good men in their lives and good relationships and things of that nature? We need to hear from them so that others can understand that it does exist, because there are people who still just really have not seen any healthy relationships, and it's understandable why they think it don't exist if they haven't seen it. I get it. But they do exist, and it's not a lot of toxicity, and it's not something got to be wrong with it. No, it's just two people working together. It don't mean they're perfect. It means that they're working through their issues together, as opposed to doing it by yourself. Because guess what? Whether you married, in a relationship, single, or whatever, you gonna still have issues. You're not exempt. You still gonna have issues. That don't just because you're single don't mean that you ain't gonna have issues in life. Don't mean that you're not gonna be depressed. It doesn't mean that you're gonna have to fight some demons. You still end up having those issues anyway. So the only difference between a couple is they're saying, hey, I know that you're flawed. I know I'm flawed. You know what my flaws are. See, this is where the transparency comes in, communication comes in, knowing who you're with comes in, because you already know what's going on with this person. And they know what's going on with you. So they decide, but I care about you. Let's do this together. We're going to build a family, and we're going to work through our differences together. It doesn't mean perfect. It doesn't mean you go into a relationship where he got to be perfect, because they never say, oh, I got to be, no, he got to be perfect. No, it means y'all going into it with knowing that you have flaws, and that, hey, y'all gonna commit to working through them. Now it's up to you to determine if the flaws that person have are enough for you to deal with, if it's enough that you can work through or work out with. Because there are some things that are deal breakers. Some would say somebody's on drugs. Nobody want to come into a relationship with a man or a woman who's on drugs. So that could be a deal breaker. I'm not saying you got to accept people. It's up to you to determine. That's why you have to vet people, to really get to know what they're about, know their background, know where they come from, because that way you'll know what their issues are. And this is why you have to be truthful with people, so that people can know. And you vet a person long enough to see what is actually going on. And then you decide if this is something that y'all could work through or not. And if it's not, then that's your deal breaker, because there are certain things that are just straight up deal breakers. Like I said, if somebody's heavily on drugs, that would be a deal breaker. Somebody, is abusive, that would be a deal breaker. You should never get into relationships with people who have these issues, because that totally can disrupt your livelihood. So we're not saying that, but that's why you vet to know what's going on. But you gotta, take time to do that. But to get back to the point is, a lot of women like to, run with the idea that, black women have it so hard, and probably do. But what part of the hardships you're going through is self-inflicted? What part of it is something that you could have avoided, that you didn't avoid, and now you're suffering the consequences of those choices? What part of it is self-related? And that's the part I don't think people, just lump everything into one. Oh, I'm so having it so hard, and this is what black women go through, and you don't never want to address some of the things that the positions you put yourself in, because then that would mean you have to be accountable and make some changes. And that's what we see not happening. Successful MD, thank you for the super chat. Says, as men, we are expected to start building at age 18. What are black women doing in their prime ages? It's time out for excuses. Grow up and level up. Thank you, Successful MD, for the super chat. And you're absolutely correct. And that's what I want to talk about, because there was discussion in this particular clip that I'll share with you guys. And I want to get y'all thoughts on it. Thank you, Successful MD. Here we go. Check this out.
A woman who's not strong, who's not assertive with a black man in today's climate.
Instead of focusing on black women being soft, let's focus on raising our sons to provide environments where black women can feel comfortable being soft.
So why can't you just be soft instead of raising your child?
Because why can't I be soft? Because at the end of the day, there's still going to be a multitude of men who tell me I'm still too hard because I want a certain amount of things for myself. I'm asking
because
for
I feel
too
like
much.
it's a stigma around black women. We have to be hard. We're strong as fuck. Strong.
Well, that's it. That's what they need.
Independent. If you at home raising fat kids by yourself, because this nigga motherfucker's like, oh, you too hard.
You have to be. You have to be disrespectful. No. Do you have to break down a man?
No.
Absolutely not. But I do have an issue. One issue was with the whole you step outside and I ain't got to smile. I don't. I can be respectful and have my boundaries. I don't have to smile and be the nicest thing to everybody, but I can be cordial. I can be respectful, and I can exist.
So what's your thoughts on that? What do you think about what they had to say? And see, one of the things that stood out to me was when she said, oh yeah, you got to be hard, because you're at home with raising them 5 kids by yourself. Right. But was that a choice that you had to make? Did you not weigh the consequences? And I think this is the problem that's happening. They're not looking at the consequences. You're not looking at, okay, what is this going to be like? You got to be a little bit more wiser in your choices. You go out there and you decide, that's your choice. You decided to go have 5 babies with 5 different men, and none of them are providers and none of them are taking care of their responsibilities. That's a you problem. That's a you, because it's your body. You are in control of that. That is a choice you did not have to make. This is why I tell women, hey, don't think that it's a flex to go out here thinking that you can, you're purposely becoming, purposely creating a broken home, and that's going to be okay. It's going to be more difficult. And you're creating these problems for yourself, but you're not taking any accountability, and you're constantly blaming somebody else, and then turn around and ask why. Why we got to be hard? Why we got to be so strong? No, because that's something that your parents told you. If anybody, look at your mother. Your mothers are the ones who told you. I know mine did. Your mothers are the ones who told you don't need no man. You can take care of yourself. And if you have children, you don't need no man. You can take care of yourself, because that's what they did. But if you look at your mothers in a lot of these single parent led homes, they struggled. You didn't grow up with a silver spoon in your mouth. A lot of these people struggle. You watch your mothers. If in any situation where a person has become successful, look at athletes. A lot of them were raised by single mothers. When they make it, the first thing they do is they think, I want to thank my mama, because she worked 4 jobs to make it happen. And I respect and love her, and now she don't have to want for anything. So yeah, you grew up in a poverty-stricken situation in many cases. You grew up or in a barely making it situation, which the daddies weren't in the lives, but the focus is on the single mothers. And I think this is why people praise the single motherhood. They look at it as something to be praised. They always use it. Oh, I'm a single mother. So what that mean? I'm supposed to just give shit to you? No, that's how they talk. Like, oh, I'm a single mother. Like, so what kind of specials you got for me? What can you help me with? And I think a lot of women use that, and they look at that as a ticket to sympathy. You know what I mean? Like a ticket to get somewhere, because somebody's supposed to feel sorry for you because you're a single mother, when that's a choice that you made, and you didn't have to make that choice. You could have made a different choice. You didn't have to go out and unprotected and make babies out of wedlock with random people, and then expect people to just give you the world and treat you special. And I think that's the mentality that's hurting a lot of women, and they're not correcting it. They're not correcting it by telling other women that this is not the way that you should go. So this idea that, oh, y'all are strong, y'all created that yourself. If anything, go talk to your mothers and your grandmothers and ask them why they push this idea of you being independent and strong, doing it by yourself. Why did they push that on you? They're blaming men for something that these women taught them. My mother taught us, oh, basically, you don't need a man, you could be independent. My mother. So even though you say the father wasn't there, they weren't in a relationship to begin with, probably. They were out there having fun, and oops, got pregnant. Oops, got pregnant again. Oops, got pregnant again. And you keep getting pregnant. You're not learning anything from it. You're not requiring marriage. You're not even thinking of that. You're just out having fun. Oops, getting babies. And oops, every time you get some more welfare. Oops, every time you don't have to pay for rent. They pay your rent for you. They pay, give you, free rent, free housing, a little money for food, a little money to spend for the kids. And every child you get, they add a little bit more on it. So, this is an incentive. This ain't so bad. That's how they think. So to hear anything outside of that is kind of traumatizing. And it's kind of like, wait a minute, what are you saying? And this is why they always be like, oh, you bashing black women. No, we're just calling out the truth of it all. And the fact that you are a single mother, for the most part, and this is not every single mother situation, but for the ones that is, you got to start taking accountability, because as long as you keep pushing the blame, you're going to keep pushing the blame, and then your kids going to grow up and be single mothers, and they're going to say the same, generation after generation after generation, say the same thing. They've been saying this since the longest. Oh, I don't need a man, I can take care, but you're struggling. You don't have much. And you're okay with that? A woman on welfare could get $282, if I remember correctly, $282, $234, I think, a month for 3 children. 200 and back in the day when I was younger, 200 and something dollars, 234, something like that, for 3 kids, and maybe a little bit more in food stamps. Now, is that enough to take care of a mother and 3 kids? It wasn't enough, but because it was free, they made it enough, because a lot of them didn't want to go do anything else. And then the idea was that, if you go out and get a job, they take from your benefits because you worked. Instead of going work where you could possibly make more, a lot of people didn't want to work because they felt like, if I go work, why would I go work? And then they're going to take some of my money, but you would still be getting more than what you're getting from the government. They might cut it down, but you're still going to get that, and it'll be more that you're getting. So a lot of people would forego jobs or training or anything because they didn't want to work at all. You just would rather get that little bit of money and live off of that than go actually do something with yourself to make your situation better. And so I think that in many cases have made a lot of women entitled, and also made them lazy, because you think somebody owes you something, somebody's supposed to give you something. But back to the idea of this strong independent, this is not something that men push women to do. This is by women. Other women have told women this. Oh, you can take care of yourself. You don't need no man. Go do it for yourself. And you strong, and you got to be strong, because a lot of times the same mothers who didn't do much when they raised you, they're looking for you to turn around and take care of them. So a lot of times there's the pressure of the children being able to take care of the mothers, because, I took care of you by myself, so now you got to take care of me. But in many of those cases, and I think partly that's why they pushed, get your education, take care of yourself. So you won't be obligated to a man. You won't have a man on your side, so you would be obligated to them. This is where the son, what they call them, the son husbands and the son daughter, the woman, however they call it, the women who depend on their sons. Women who depends on their sons to take care of them, and they can't even have a relationship with the woman because their mother is their woman. Or young women who feel the pressure to take care of their family because, you're the oldest, and you got to go out and make it, and you got to take care of your mother because she can't take care of herself. She's single, and she's older now by herself. So the children are the ones who have to be responsible for taking care of her because she took care of you and she didn't run off. It's a cycle that is not helping. It's a cycle that is hurting women, and women are confused by it and they're mad at men, but men aren't the ones who told you to go out there for the most part, didn't go out there and tell you, go independent by yourself. You don't need a man. And if you've seen your mother struggle by herself, why would you believe that? Yeah, you can go get a job and you can pay your bills, but for how long are you going to, anything happens outside of that, or you don't have any money saved up, or you don't have any cushion or anything, and you by yourself because you got kids and you got to do it by yourself, that's when the difficulties come. Life is full of ebbs and flows, ups and downs. You're not going to stay like this forever. Things change, and you have to be prepared for that. So why not focus on having a companion, somebody that you can go through life with. A companion doesn't mean that you still don't go through stuff. It just means you're not in it by yourself. And that makes a world of difference, in my opinion. It makes a world of difference because you doing it all by yourself, which you see women complaining about, and talking about how hard it is and how strong they got to be to do it because they don't have no help. Who put you in that situation though, boo? You got to, it's not pointing the blame, it's being honest about it and saying, hey, and your mentality, I say your mentality, how you think dictates how you feel and how you move. So if you are thinking, I don't need a man, I can do it by myself, then that's why you're doing it by yourself. And but you're creating a family with it as well. You're creating children because you were told you don't need a man, you can do it by yourself because you made that choice. And so now you're doing it by yourself. Now you're complaining about that, talking about how hard it is, but it didn't have to be that way. So when I hear women talk about, oh, I gotta be hard. No, you don't. You chose that because that's what you were taught to do. That's what you were told to do. And now you put yourself in that situation. They talk about manifestation. Hell, you manifested that hardness. You were told to be hard, independent, take care of yourself. That's what that means. And then you went out and did it. And then you created babies to make it even more difficult. But because you were told you could do it, let's give me the most difficult thing ever. Because it's going to I'm going to see how hard and strong I can be. So going out, creating children and knowing that you're going to have to raise them by yourself is a pattern that you're creating that you've seen. If my mama could do it, I could do it. That's the idea. She raised 3 kids by herself, so I could do it too. But why would you want to, boo? Think about it. Think for a second. Use that degree and think. Why in the hell would you want to purposely go out and make your life harder? Why? Just to prove that you're working hard so you can I'm a single mother, I'm doing it by myself, I ain't got no, so you can use that as an excuse for sympathy. Because that's all that a lot of these women are getting. This is why they can't understand. They can't fathom the idea that men are saying, I don't want to date a single mother. Well, you don't like your mama? No, I don't like that. My mom was a single mother either because I didn't have a daddy to take care of me. She had to do it by herself and we were limited in what we could have. So we went without. You think I want that for a family of mine? Hell to the no. So it's not like it was all great. If she was struggling, and I saw it, why would I want that? Why would I want to recreate that? That's what you need to be asking yourself. Look at your family. A lot of them have been in 2-parent households, and they still talk about, I could do it by myself. Some of these people, it's just a mental thing that you really need to pay attention because it's warping the minds of our women, and it's not working out. And they see it's not working out, but somehow they still feel compelled to run with that narrative, and it's not really helping. Darius, thank you for the super chat, says, all in all, women for the most part, not just blacks, chose the state for sole benefit as opposed to working with a man for mutual benefit or building families for collective overall benefit. Save yourself, black men. Thank you for the super chat, Darius. I appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, that's true. That's true to it. And it's not just black women actually, but I think black women have suffered the most because a lot of white women have managed to even get married. I mean, you see white women in the trailer park who are married. I mean, as dysfunctional as it may be, they be living in that trailer park with a husband. And they have trailer park weddings. So the thing black women are struggling with and why black women are at the bottom of the marital rates because somehow they don't think that they could, it just really affected black women in a much stronger way. You know, you see white people, on meth, no teeth in their mouth, be having a husband. Because it's been taught to them that, hey, that's what you're supposed to do. So no matter their dysfunction, what situations they're in, they still end up getting married. Hell, you watch a 600-pound life, they be married to somebody. Even in that state. But when it comes to black women, it's like either or. You get your education, you don't get married because we weren't taught that. They were at least taught that. Even their mothers were married. As dysfunctional and as the family was, they were married at some point. A lot of our women have never been married and probably never will get married. So there's a difference there. Thank you, Darius. I appreciate you. So yeah, it's a slight difference. Yeah, it happens to them all the time. But even a lot of The young women who have babies as teenagers, teenage mothers, they still end up getting married. A lot of them. Not all of them, but a lot of them do. The goal is still for them to get married. They still understand that that is part of what you're supposed to do. Whether they break up or not, they, if you look at the statistics, majority of black women have never been married. And the ones that are, a lot of them are getting a divorce. They're walking away from the marriages because they think that this independent lifestyle is where it's at. And they're going to be so much more happier over there, and they're not. While, I worked with years ago, everything I'm talking about, this was years ago. I worked with a white girl. She was 16 at the time. She was a teen mother. But she ended up getting married. Her goal was still to get a husband. She ended up marrying us, not the child's father, but she ended up marrying a guy like a couple of years later. He accepted her child and they got married. But the black women that I work with was struggling to get married. They weren't thinking about it, going out, having a good time, busting it open for this one and that one. And they never was really, they never didn't, I guess it wasn't a thing. They thought it was a good idea to be married, but they didn't really think that it was possible. And they already had several children, single mothers already. So there's something in our community that is different because we're not taught that. We're not taught marriage is important, that you should get married, that is necessary for the children, any of that. And that's why I think our women are more harmed by this. It's not something that we created or started. Black people didn't create or start this thing, but it's affecting us the most. We know how the feminist movement, how that started out and it wasn't put in place by us, but it's affecting us the most. And I think that was part of the plan. But once, we have come so entrenched in the mentality, you can't see it any other way. And you're convinced that it's just bad either way. What's the point of getting married? They're going to cheat and just treat you bad. How do you know that when you're in relationships and you've never been married and you still getting cheated on, being in a so-called committed relationship, you still getting messed over. You still getting mistreated. So why would you take a chance on having a baby with somebody is a deadbeat versus meeting somebody that maybe have some potential and marrying them and seeing what that is like? So there's no escaping it all. Being single and going, getting ran through is not the answer. And you don't know what marriage is like because you never put yourself in that position to do it, to have a better life. Because it's not just you. If you have kids, it's for your kids too. And I think that's the part that they're missing out. The kids are the ones who suffer behind your choices. But, you can't talk about that. Oh, no, let's not talk about that. Let's just, feel sorry for the single mother. No matter if she put herself in that position over and over and over again, let's just feel sorry for her and let's coddle her and let's, just, say, good things about single mothers. Don't acknowledge the truth. I'm not trying to say bad things about people, but you got to acknowledge the truth. Let's just not acknowledge the truth. Let's just keep sugarcoating it. And black mothers are the best ever and all this, and single mothers are the best, and there's no issues there. That's crazy. We already know, if you're fooling with a guy who is irresponsible, right? And he's not doing anything with himself. He's not trying to progress in life. And that's who you choose to make a baby with. That's his fault. And that's your fault too. But somehow the accountability is taken away from the mother. It's only on the man, but both of y'all were reckless and irresponsible. So if men start walking away and saying, hey, I'm not sleeping with you, I'm not making no babies with y'all because y'all toxic, then who they gonna blame? Because if you already got kids, right? You still got to teach your children, your sons, certain things in life. Where are their fathers? So you have the accountability is definitely important. I'm just saying. Definitely important. So I just think, once again, when we talk about, do black women have to be so hard and have to be so strong? No. And they don't want that. But at the same time, it's like you're pushing two things at once, two narratives. You're pushing, we independent, we don't need no man. But then when you're treated that way, now I don't want it. I don't want to be strong. I don't want to be independent. I want some help. But you have never learned the aspect of, you haven't learned what a relationship is supposed to be. You haven't learned how to cope in a relationship. You don't have no relationship skills. You don't have relationship abilities. You don't have the mindset to make a relationship work, because all you've ever basically been in was situationships. You just created babies out of it. You never had stable relationships with men. You don't know, you haven't learned how to understand each other. So every relationship you're gonna get in is toxic. Everything that you attempt is gonna be toxic, and not based in core values that would allow the relationship to thrive. Because you don't know any better. You know, if you only been sleeping around with men and that's it, and that's it, and y'all had that relationship, that's not conducive to healthy, stable relationships. Sex is not conducive to healthy, stable relationships alone. I think that's a part of it, but that's not the main thing. You got to have some other skills in order to make it work. You got to have some kind of understanding, cooperation, all that stuff. And a lot of women don't have it because they've never had to do it for real. And they've never seen it, and they've been told, oh, happy wife, happy life, that the man has to do everything to sustain the relationship, that the man has to be the one to be the glue to keep it together. And no, I just think I think that's backwards. I don't think that the man has to be everything to keep it together. I think the women hold a certain level of power. They do, if they choose to operate in it. Women can be very powerful. Women are supposed to be helpmeets. So you're supposed to be there to help the man. That's for a reason. Women are very capable of doing a lot. But I think it's for the purpose of being a helpmeet to your man, not doing it by yourself. Because when you're doing it all by yourself, you get burnt out. And then you want to look around. I need some help. It's hard. But that's why the two are meant to be together, to work together, because what he brings and what you bring, y'all could build so much more. You got to understand. But to think that black men are just useless is something that's being pushed, and they've told women this for them to think this way, to isolate and separate them from the black man, when you're supposed to be a helpmeet to your man, and y'all help each other. That's how y'all build together. But so many women don't believe that, and they've put themselves in positions to deal with only a certain type of guy, because every black man is not the same, just like every black woman is not the same. So every black man is not a deadbeat. Every black man is not a productive citizen. But when you align yourself because you don't know any better, you weren't taught to vet, you weren't taught to go after certain kind of men. You went after what your mothers went after. Let's be honest. Especially the single women who are out here, who had a type, that tall, dark, and handsome, and oh, he look good, he fine. All that means you want to screw. So he's fine, you want to screw him, you want to have a good time with him, and that's what you got, a good time, and you got babies. He wasn't a responsible man. He looked good, and he gave you what you wanted. So where's your accountability? And you kept going after that and keep making babies with these fine men that you found attractive, and you never were taught or found out what a man's purpose was and what your purpose was and how y'all supposed to blend that together and build up on it. No, because everybody's out here looking for sex and a good time, and that's why we come up with situationships. Now you got 3 babies by 3 dudes from a situationship, and now you're complaining, talking about you want a good man at the end of it all. Baby, you can't make it up. So, it is what it is. And if you don't learn from it, you keep making the same mistake over and over and over. So ultimately, no, I don't think black women have to be this strong, hard, have this strong, hard persona. No, I think you've created that because that's what you believe you have to be, because because of your own choices, you decided to do this. You didn't know any other way or didn't think of any other way. And you decide to go after this, and then you did it once. You didn't learn from that, and you kept doing it. And now you're complaining about the outcomes. That's a choice you made. So you put yourself in that predicament, nobody else. And you can either blame your mamas and your grandmamas who told you you don't need a man, go do it by yourself, go get that education, take care of yourself. Blame them. If anybody you should be mad at, it should be them. The women who raised you, not the man. Because y'all say the men weren't there. By their choices. By the mothers and the mothers' choices, because they chose to go out and have fun too. Them ladies in the 50s and the 60s were out here throwing it, busting it open, spreading it wide, having a good time with Tom, Dick, and Harry, Ray, Pookie, and Mo. And they created you. and then you follow that because she told you don't need no man, you can go do it by yourself, get your education, and you get a kid, you can raise that kid by yourself, and y'all listen to that, follow that, and now y'all complaining. And if you don't do something or learn better, you're going to teach your children the same thing, and then they're going to grow up and repeat that cycle, and 20, 30 years from now, somebody else will be still sitting here saying black women are lost. Oh my God! Why did it go? It's gonna keep. It's gonna go on and on and on. So, a whole new generation of people are gonna be sitting here talking about this same shit. Same way, like we can look at Shahrazad Ali, Miss Shahrazad Ali. It's older now. She's been talking about this since she was younger. Wrote books about it, and they didn't like it. Women didn't like what she was saying. They didn't get it then. They're not getting it now, and they probably won't get it later because it's not gonna change if you don't change. If women still think this way 20 years from now, it's still going to have the new baby mamas going to be out and they're going to be even worse. They're going to be twerking at 5 years old with the Magic City uniform on because they're out here doing it now. They're going to be even younger out here saying they don't need no man, making songs about it. More worse, even worse. So you got to start somewhere, child. You got to start somewhere because if not, it's just shooting hell in a handbasket, and that's all that it's going to be. So I'm doing my part. This is part of my purpose to get the word out there. It'll be somebody else's purpose in years to come because it don't look like it's changing. They're still gonna be complaining. Did I read this? All in all, women for the most part, just not. Yeah, thank you, Darius. I did read that. Thank you once again. Yeah, it's crazy. Successful MD say, who is teaching them to keep their legs open? Child, they're going by what they see. You know, you're supposed to lead by example. You know, you could tell a person, and I don't think they, you know, I don't know if they're not telling them to keep them closed, but the examples that they see. If you see different men running in and out your mama house and she doing that, you think that's okay. You see her single and taking care, you think that's okay, and you want to do that too. So I think they're teaching by their examples. Your examples are what your children follow. You could tell them till they blue in the face sometimes. They may not listen, but if they get to see you and they watch what you do, that teaches them as well. Thank you, Successful MD. Let's move on. I want to get into this clip, y'all. I told you I'm not gonna keep y'all too long today, but I want to go through this a couple of more clips, and then we're gonna be out of here. This one I found, which was interesting. It's a short one, and then I have another one for y'all. Make sure y'all hit the like button, please. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Let's see here. This one.
Moves. Stay in the good light. I need the light. Go back to the light. Go back to the light, baby.
All new and improved Kendra G Singles dating app is available now on iPhones and Android phones.
There we go. This the best light you have, though? That light behind you. Turn around and face the light behind you. Why does it be so hard? There's a light behind you. Face that light. No, that light is drawing.
Or the light outside.
Okay, there we go. This is better. All right. Amina's your name, honey?
Yeah, Amina Carmichael.
Okay, Amina, where you calling me from, babe?
Chicago.
Chicago, how old are you?
33.
33, what you do for a living?
I'm a hospitality. I work at a hospital. I do hospitality.
You're a hospitality what, honey?
I work at the hospital. I do hospitality.
You do hospitality. Okay. You have any children?
Yes, I have 7.
You really have 7 kids?
Yeah.
You gave birth to 7 kids?
Yes.
You're 33 years old?
Yes.
By how many men?
1.
Why are you not with that man? Are you with him? You're married?
No, I'm engaged to a different person.
Okay. You have 7 kids by somebody else and you're engaged. So why are you calling me?
Because my engagement is going left instead of right.
What?
It's going left instead of right.
So you're, okay, hold on. Let me make sure I'm understanding. You have 7 kids by one man. What are your kids' ages?
14 to 1.
Give me all the ages, honey.
14, 12, 11, 8, 7, 5, and 1.
And all these kids are by the same man.
You can say that.
No, I want to know the Amina, honey. I don't got time to play these grown ass games with you.
Game.
Okay.
Child.
So you have 7 kids. Are they all by the same man or not?
Some of them are.
How many men do you have kids by?
5.
So how did you tell me all your kids were by one man?
And then her ass want to hang up. Child, I would go find her ass.
Shouts to the members only group.
I will find her. Hold on. You don't come on my show and disrupt my show like that. When I ask you these questions and you're lying, and then you don't want to tell the truth, and then you want to click off. No, I go back in the goddamn thing, and I would find her ass and tell her, bring her ass back up here and finish. Because you done messed my day up, and I want to know some more. Now I done got invested. Now you got 7 kids, and first you said 1 baby dad. Why you lie, girl? That's what I would have to ask her that question. Why the hell would you lie? How many baby daddies? 5? Now tell me about these 5 baby daddies. Why are you looking for another man? See, that's what you need for coming on the show and lying and then just walking off. No, I'm trying to get you back. So we could finish the process, because now I'm curious. But anyway, that's just a short one, because the woman hung up, and I wanted to show, listen, the reason why women lie about these things, because they know it's embarrassing. You lie about body count, you lie about how many men you made children with, how many, all of that, because you know that it's embarrassing. You know deep down it's embarrassing. This whole idea of empowerment, sexual empowerment, is bullshit, and they know it. So you don't really want to tell the truth, because it looks bad when you actually have to say it to somebody else. See, this is the thing they don't want to look at, So this is why you hear men say, hey, a woman who was married and she have kids by a husband, rightfully so, you get married, you create a family with your husband. That's what you're supposed to do. So when you have kids by your husband, they look at that as something different. When you out here just having babies for buku different dudes, then yeah, that's going to be looked at in a certain way too. And they know it's not a good look. And so you want to lie about it and run out. No. Stand on business. Stand there and talk about it and be proud of your damn 7 kids by 5 men. Talk about it. But it sounds bad. It really do sound bad. That's why they go to giggling and laughing and shit, because that don't sound good and you don't want to be held accountable. So that's why you run off. And you need to run back. Face the music. Answer the tough questions, because maybe you'll learn something. Keep thinking that a woman is... If Kendra had took that a different approach and been like, okay, girl, make her feel good, Okay, girl, you got 7 kids? Oh, girl, kids are a blessing. I'm just saying, I'm not saying Kendra did that, but I'm saying she could have took that approach similar to how early on when she was doing this, how it was a little less, she wasn't as like she is now. They like that. See, they were flocking and having a good time. Soon as Kendra started switching up, oh my God, they got mad at her and started coming for her. Because they don't like the truth and you see it. You can't hold them accountable on nothing. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. That has to change. Because it's not helping. Successful MD says she should be trolling a gym for free membership, baby. You ain't lying. It would help. Thank you. Thank you, Successful MD, child. Darius says, never in the history of Negrodom, oh my God, I hope I'm saying that, has simpery been so highly publicized. Hanging up like that after coming clean about a lie cooked. Right, Darius. Thank you, Darius, for the super chat. I appreciate you, bruh. Yeah, it's just, they don't really want to face the music. You want people to tell you, girl, don't feel bad about it. No, you should feel bad about it. That's not cool. And then, it is what it is. Thank you for the super chat, Darius. Let's continue to see what Kendra was saying.
Who eases my anxiety, because I don't have to go through this in the members only group. If you haven't joined the members only group, the link is in the bio section of Instagram, and I'll post it on Facebook for you. Well, Amina, you went away. And this is what I will say to you. You have 7 kids by 5 men. Who's ever the guy that wants to marry you, marry him. Marry him. Don't let him out your sight. Work it out. Girl, you hit the jackpot. I don't know I don't know anything about this man. As long as he don't hit you. So I wouldn't say this. If he's abusive, don't do it.
Okay.
But if he can inhale and exhale, I don't even care if he can't walk. If he in a wheelchair, you marry that man, girl. You marry him. Don't play no games with that man that gave you that ring. Don't play not one game. Matter of fact, trap him in the house. Trap him in the house. Don't let him leave. Just in case he leave and don't come back, get him a job. Get him a work at home job. Matter of fact, Amina, hear me clear. I don't know what he do for a living, but get him a job where he got to stay in the house and do. Because if he leave the house, he might not come back. So don't you lose that man, girl. Don't you lose that man.
Oh Lord, Kendra shady as hell.
All new and improved Kendra G.
Shady. Yeah, but she right. You better get him, baby, and sail into the sunset. And you better don't let him out your sight. Don't let him out your sight, child. Keep him because it's gonna be very difficult to get another one. If you really getting married, it's gonna be very difficult to get another one. So you hold on to him. Hold on, child. Let's keep
Hi, you
Hold up.
ready?
I am ready. I was up here before.
I got an update?
No update, babe. I don't know if it's me or the niggas, but I'm gonna sit down. How you doing, baby?
No, I don't know if it's me or the N-word.
No, it might be me. Oh, all right. I'm gonna stop cursing. Let me sit down. Let me find me a little spot in my crib.
When were you on the show?
I was here a few weeks ago, actually.
All new Kendra G Singles dating app is available now on iPhones and Android phones. Just go to your App Store or your Google Play Store and type in Kendra G Single.
Did I make you a highlight?
No, you did not, because I didn't turn up.
That's not true. I post people that don't turn up all the time.
I did not turn up, and I was not a highlight. It was nothing to see, and I'm up here with a fucking do-rag on. They said I look like Jill Scott. When I'm big, I look like Jill Scott. When I'm small, I look like fucking Lauren London. Remember Lauren England?
Oh, okay. When did you call me? I want to find that. When was it?
A couple weeks ago.
You got to give me the exact so I can search. Was it on this
I look
platform?
crazy. I didn't know. Yes, baby.
It was on Facebook. Instagram.
Yes, it was on Instagram.
And you can't remember the date? Was it in
No.
2025?
No, it was 2024.
So was it December?
No, it might have been like October or something like that.
Oh, that's a long time ago. If you can remember the date or the month before it's over, I could go back and look in the archive.
Okay, but I'm still here. I'm still
All right,
searching
bring the camera up so your head's not cut off.
Okay. Well, I have a fucking do-rag on. I'm gonna stop cursing.
Girl, I mean,
Call
I have
me
a
with
potty
do-rag
mouth.
on, honey.
I have a
stop cussing, ma'am. You got a wig? Is that a wig? I mean, if you got the wig on, take the damn do-rag off. It is funny. They do call into the show knowing how you look. I mean, did you get up and blindfold yourself? Did somebody else dress you like you didn't know what the hell you was doing? You come on there looking like you looking. So we'd assume that's how you want to look. If you don't want to look like that, why did somebody force the damn do-rag on your head? What happened? Like, what? I don't get it. Yeah. Who was that? Somebody. I mean, they walk on and call like you didn't know you was calling. Like somebody made the call for you. Like somebody made you do what you was doing. Ain't nobody made you do that. You decided to come on there in them bonnets. They decided to come on there in the do-rags. You decided to come on there the way you are. That ain't nobody. Why? What's the problem? Let's continue.
potty mouth.
Okay, but you call me with a do-rag on.
Yes. So I do the do-rag thing. I have a tattoo right here. I have one right here. I'm a little rough around the edges,
Okay.
but I'm very much a sweetheart.
Okay. What is your name, honey?
Sugar.
Sugar. Where you calling me from?
Cherry Hill, New Jersey.
Cherry Hill, New Jersey?
Yeah.
Okay. You have any children?
Yes, I have two beautiful girls.
How old are your girls?
12 and 7.
Both by the same man?
No.
Huh?
Are both of your kids, do they have the same father?
Yeah.
That's a no?
Yeah, no.
Have you ever been married?
No, I would love to though.
Okay. What do you do for a living?
Insurance.
Of course you do.
And all right. Do you believe in, how old are you?
I'm 34.
34.
Oh, wow.
And what's your zodiac sign?
Aquarius.
Aquarius. So we got Sugar, Cherry Hill, New Jersey, mom of 2 girls, by 2 men, never married, works in insurance, 34, is an Aquarius.
Yes.
What kind of man you looking for, girl?
A decent human being. Just somebody decent. Like, I could deal with everything you got going on. I know how to deal with men. I was looking for somebody that understands what I got going on, and we're good. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. A lot of men nowadays are very impulsive. They're very dick hard. They like dealing with they private parts and stuff like that. I'm not trying to deal with that shit.
You said that they're very dick hard?
Yes. And I'm over it. And I get we all horny. Everybody's horny since the pandemic. I'm trying to move on from that shit. We all horny. You're horny, I'm horny. Okay, cool. But what are we doing after the fact?
Okay.
Something ain't right. I told y'all these mother effers, they need therapy. They need therapy, y'all. I'm just saying, listen, therapy is important. Talk to somebody. God damn. Like, it's just weird. Like, I'm going to calm down. I just think, and I'm going to start talking lower and softer because I get a little too aggressive. I mean, I don't know. I just think a lot of our women are just that way, aggressive, kind of cuckoo. Don't know. Your head is all over the place. You're just all over the place. And let's just calm down, take a deep breath, and just think about what you're about to say. And just mental health is important. It really is. I'm not lying. It's important. Mental health is important. It is very important. As we see. I don't know. It's just like something else is going on that's beyond me. You know, it's beyond me. It's gone up to HR now. It's gone up to the higher powers now because there's nothing we could do. We need to go to the other universe and get, the higher power to come just zap or something. What is that? And get it right. Do a refresh, a reboot to the mental where people could start from scratch and think clearly. Like, cause it's chaotic. It really is. It is chaotic out here in these streets. I'm just saying. Let's see. I saw a super chat. I want to read it. I hate to forget them, y'all. Hold up. Oh. Successful MD says she should be trolled. Oh, we read that one. Should be trolling the free gym membership, child. Read that one. What else? There's another one. Darius says, she looked like a pretty young thing, but her attitude is stank. Can't wait to find out all the problems she bring to the equation. Oh Lord, child. Oh Lord is the word. Thank you, Darius. I appreciate you. For the super chat, Successful MD says, DeeDee, remember what I said about eyes? I don't remember. What did you say? The eyes don't lie or something like that. I remember you saying something to that effect. Well, yeah, if that's what you said, I think I do recall. And yeah, I see what you're saying. Because, baby, this is definitely, and I don't know this woman. She got a tattoo around her forehead. Like, that seems scary to me. She probably like to fight. Usually when they put them tattoos on, that means they like to fight. And, yeah. So crazy eyes, for sure. That means something else is going on mentally, in my opinion. Just my opinion, not a fact, in my opinion, from what I see. Thank you, Successful MD. Child. Darius says she got them crazy eyes on phoneme. Yeah. It says toxic. Like, I like to fight and I'm with the shits. That's what it means. In my opinion, child. Thank you, Darius. I appreciate you. Let's continue.
Does that make sense?
Well, I'm not going to agree because last time I agreed, I got put into the conversation. What are your deal breakers?
My deal breaker is a bum ass nigga. Just a bum ass nigga. Can't deal with them. Don't want to get into it with them. I'm not trying to be around a bum ass nigga. I'm over it.
So if you're over it, you've dealt with a bunch of them. So now you've given them your time and probably kids, and now you're done with them. If you're over it, that means you've exposed yourself to those type of ninjas. That means that is the type of ninjas that you attract. But why is it? If you got tattoos around your forehead, then that means you allowed yourself to be with a bum ass ninja. That says a lot about you, Miss Ma'am. There's something, if you attract that type of dude, then usually you are similar to him. Y'all on the equal playing field. Because if you keep attracting them type of dudes, you got to look at yourself, boo. And that forehead tattoo is a red flag or a sign that you're right on that level with those bum A ninjas that you speak of. That's just what it is. It's not an attack. It's not a slam. It's what it is. You attract what you are. And you keep opening yourself up to these type of dudes. So that's on you. That's not on them. You know, they gonna go after what they want. And if you're not in line with them, then they would never get your time. They will never get your time. They exist, but they would never get your time, let alone a baby. So you got to look at you. That's what we're saying. You got to look at you and say, damn it. Damn, do I act like that? Why am I attracting these kind of, why I'm giving them my time? So that says a lot about your mental state and who you are as a person. Because listen, yeah, I could see bum ass ninjas all day. But are they approaching me and am I giving them my time? Hell to the no. Because if that's not the level I'm on, if that's not what I'm into, then they wouldn't get my time, baby. If you giving them your time and babies, then you got to accept that you probably right in line step with them. And if you want better, you got to do better. Success Remedy says, she's one that will answer the door with a hatchet. Probably. Thank you, Successful MD. You know, child. There's something for them though, too. You know. Classy Perspective. What's going on, Classy? How are you? Thank you so much for being here. Says this chunky. Hold on. Let me get ready. Because I'm not laughing at you. I'm not, y'all go off. I'm just calm. Classy Perspective says this chunky face Lauren London looks like she's auditioning for the 2025 version of the movie Psycho. She's the sister, Nunu Bates. Baby, you have me at chunky face. You know, she's not ugly though. She do have a chunky face, but she do kind of look like Lauren London and Jill Scott. They ain't lying. But she's not ugly. It's but usually the crazy ones are not ugly though. But I get what you're saying, Classy Perspective. Thank you so much for the super chat, Classy. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you, bro. Darius says, you gave bum ninjas kids. What that makes you? Hashtag STRAGG. Yeah. But they don't want to see it like that. Oh, they're special. They're better than, oh, we're above because we have vaginas. Nope. You attract what you are. Thank you, Darius. I appreciate you for the super chat. Manny, what's going on, Manny? Thank you so much. It says, I question this woman's logic and reasoning. Thank you for the super chat, Manny. I appreciate you. Yeah, that's crazy. Thank you for the super chat. Let's continue.
I've dealt with my niggas. I had a nigga lie to me and tell me he was living with his mother and he was in a shelter. I had to tell him to give me the address, and then it was a mess. Child, it was a mess. And now he's in his own living situation. I get it, and shout out to him, but I'm trying to move on from that. Like, don't lie to me. My deal breaker is a liar.
Okay. Ooh, child. So what is your definition of a bum ass man?
Somebody that does not take themselves serious, somebody that doesn't put themselves forward and understands what life is about. Like, you a bum ass nigga if you feel like, you know what a bum ass nigga is? A bum ass nigga is a nigga that puts sex before his responsibilities. That's a bum ass nigga. You don't want me, I don't want you either.
Well, sugar, can I be honest with you in a girlfriend way?
Yes.
Do you think you're presenting yourself in a way to attract anything but a bum ass nigga?
Good question.
In what way?
Girl, you don't.
I mean, listen, you can be you, but the way you're talking, the
Yes,
way you came on,
bruh.
what type of opposite man is going to reach out to you when you present yourself this way? I'm just having girlfriend
Exactly.
talk.
Is
Well, what way am I presenting myself?
girl, you that
I
look,
mean, you said bum ass nigga a few.
look. See, this is what I'm saying. You have to be self-aware. You're not even aware of how you're presenting yourself. You're not even aware of how you. That's what I'm saying. They don't even see themselves. So that's why they lack accountability. You have to see yourself in order to be accountable. We all do. I'm not exempt. Y'all not exempt. Nobody is exempt. Hell, I had to learn. Listen, I had to learn it too. I'm not exempt. I was very self-absorbed. Still am, kinda, but not as much as I used to be. So you gotta be aware of that, because when you're doing things and you're not aware that you're doing it, that's a big problem. And then when somebody call it out, you get mad as opposed to saying, you know what? Because these, other people have to experience you. So if you're in a relationship with a person, they experience you on a daily. They know the stuff you do. They know your ways, just like you know theirs. So if they tell you, hold on, you're doing this or you're this, and you just get mad and fly off the handle, and you don't tell me a goddamn thing, and yada yada. That's why y'all don't get ahead, because you don't see what you're doing, and nor do you want to change it, but you expect everybody else to change and do what they're supposed to do when you don't. That's called hypocritical. You're a hypocrite when you do that. You expect somebody else to make all the changes and do what they be a man up. Handle your responsibility. You need to do this, you need to do that. But what do you need to do, ma'am? You just sit there, you could be loud and a potty mouth and just be aggressive and ratchet and everything, all that, and you don't need to change that behavior. That's not for the man who makes the changes. You ain't gonna be qualified for him, because you're not willing to change. So that's what I'm saying. This goes both ways. I just want women to know, especially our women, ma'am, y'all got to do better, honey. You can't just sit here and think that you could get the best man out there while you act like this, and you're not even aware of your attitude and how you look and how crazy, and then wondering why you can't get a man. These niggas don't want to deal with you. I'm just saying. These men don't want to deal with you, with y'all, with these attitudes and this crazy behavior. Y'all all over the place like psychopaths. You can't see it. You got to do better. Classic Perspective says her face in that still shot shows the reflection of what type of men she attracts. What type? Her reflection shows that, Classy. I think she's cute. She's not ugly, but she seemed crazy as hell. Y'all crazy. Thank you, Classy. I appreciate you. Oh Lord. Let's continue.
Times.
Okay.
I could tell you're a pretty girl, but listen, you look natural, but there will be some people that will bring that up. I just think that, life is law of attraction. And the way you're coming across, I can't see anything besides a bum ass nigga hitting you up.
Well, Kendra, I can't make everybody happy, babe.
That's not the
It's not about making everybody happy, but I'm just trying to get you to understand why you are attracting bum ass niggas.
You trying to be funny.
I'm trying to be honest.
You said it.
I'm not here to play. I'm here looking for somebody decent, a decent man. This is what you do. And I'm here to collect what I'm supposed to collect. Does that make sense?
Supposed to
Yeah, you gonna get what you gonna get.
Well, you think I'm gonna give me a bum ass nigga from the way I'm acting? From the way I'm acting?
Absolutely.
Because I'm not being woman-like.
No. You're acting like a person.
It's not even about judgment, right? Because if I'm thinking of, listen, let me tell y'all something. In my real life, I have quality men that I can never introduce you to. I mean, I cannot do it. Like, I cannot present you to men who I know do very well, who are seeking serious relationships. I cannot bring you to those type of men. So I'm trying to educate you. If you want to just be a highlight, that's one thing. But if you want to be serious, you're gonna have to switch up your presentation to attract a different type of guy. That's all I'm saying. You could be you,
But
but I just
Kendra,
think
we are one and the same though.
how are we one and the same?
Because I've seen you publicly turn up and be a little bit out there, but you're, you know what it is? You're a clean looking woman. So you carry yourself to a certain standard, but you still have that thing in you that makes you be you. Why I can't do the same? Because I didn't come up here with a bunch of curls.
Well, let me jump in. I definitely have a ghetto side. I have a proud ghetto side. A lot of the times, though, my ghetto side is a reaction to when I got to turn up. So I would definitely agree to that. But this is your first.
Now hold on, Kendra. Hold on. Hold your horses now. Now, Miss Chunky Face had a point right there. I'm just saying now, Kendra. She had a point now. Now let's be honest. Yeah, Kendra admitted to that ghetto side. Yes, we see it, honey. So, you know, she got a point. Kendra is not, you know, the most soft. Let's be real. She got that aggressive quick. Like, yeah. So she got a point there. I will give her that. That ain't no lie. That ain't no lie. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna have to give her a couple of points for that. Because I think she's right. And you know, that attitude and that turning up, that shows up when you're trying to date men. You know, that could be a turn off too, Kendra. Kendra, yes, she ain't lying there. You got it. And, you know, when you think that, oh, you're turning up when it's necessary, it still shines a negative light on you. Let's be clear. Now, that's like, you know, I'll give credit when credit is due. So, yeah, Kendra, she ain't lying there. Kendra definitely has that, you know, and that plays out on the dating scene. You know, the idea, because a lot of times women who are successful too, they have that. It's like, oh, and Kendra definitely has that. Let's be honest. She's changed a little bit from doing this, and she see the nature of women, but she is who she is, and who you are displays when you're dating as well. So if you are an aggressive woman who's a boss chick, and I make money and you can't sit with me, that attitude is going to come out, and Kendra does give that as well. So she has a point. She has a point though. Just saying. Divine Photos. Thank you for the super chat. Divine says, Ghetto Pukisha is right. They are on the same boat. Both are unmarried and in no man's land and are leftovers. Kendra Guest will call out her BS advice. Thank you, Divine Photos. I appreciate you, sir. Yeah. So, you know, yeah. And it's Kendra calling her out, but I think her saying it back, there is some truth to that. There is some truth to that. For real. And you know, it could be, you know, those are reasons why people struggle in relationships and don't have relationships or struggle keeping one. It's because that attitude comes out. Yeah, it's one thing if you know, like if it's in your personality to be aggressive, it's gonna show. If it's in your personality to be to jump, you know, jump aggressive or jump to the negative, what do you think that's going to play? How do you think that's going to play out in a relationship? As soon as, if you got a man, as soon as he says something that you don't like, you're going to jump to that ghetto side real quick. If you are a person that is slow to anger or you don't jump crazy real quick, it's going to play out in any situation. You will just, if you're a calm person and you don't jump, it's going to play out. Who you are is going to show no matter what situation you're in. So when you talk about relationships, that's gonna, you know, that's gonna either attract a certain kind of man or turn a certain man off. So if they see that in you, they realize, oh damn, she's a little feisty, you know, and oh my gosh, she's ready to cuss somebody out. You quick to cuss somebody out, you're gonna be known for the person who will cuss somebody out, including the person you're dating. So if he's say something that you don't like, you're gonna be quick to cuss him out. That's a part of who you are or the person you've created. So yeah, that has a negative effect when it comes to relationships. So any man you get in a relationship with, that's going to play out. That's going to play. And if it's a man who don't tolerate that, then he's going to be out the door too. And it's going to be on to the next or nobody. So yes, that has a lot to do with it. So let's continue.
Presentation. There's no need for you to go off. Now, had you went off, that's different. But you came out this way. It's not a reaction. This is just the way you're presenting yourself. So I'm gonna give it to you. You're absolutely right. I cuss people out all the time, and I go very, very low. When it is time.
So it's not time for me to do it, is what you're saying.
Well, it's your first presentation of putting yourself
My
out there for a guy.
second.
Well, I don't remember the first one. You know, so but either way, I just wanted to enlighten you.
But see, I will say this. Going off on people and being negative, even if it's in response to somebody, there's a way to do it. You know what I'm saying? Some people, and I'm not trying to play, I'm not going to even play like, oh, this, because, I could get up here and do that. Like, oh, be this classy person, which I can be. I am. But I would be lying if I'm saying, I've never had to cuss people out publicly. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me. But it's not saying that I didn't want to. You know what I'm saying? I haven't had to do that, thank God. You know what I'm saying? But I just think there's a way to handle things, and everybody don't handle things the same. I think when some people deserve to get a lashing, like there are people who are just disrespectful and they need a verbal lashing. Like some people just need it. And there's cases where sometimes you can't always hold back and be this modest, professional, sometimes it's warranted. But it's a difference between a person that's why I say it's all a part of your character. Some people just don't move like that because that's a part of who they are. They don't go out cussing people. That's just not how they move. And some people are. And I don't think that if you are, that means I don't think it means you're a bad person, because sometimes that's needed. I've seen situations where, of course I've never done it. I've never been like that though. I'll be quiet before I say anything, but there are cases where you need to open your mouth and say something, So I think a bit of it is good when necessary, but I don't think you have to determine what's the necessary case. Every time somebody says something that offends you or you don't like, don't mean you pop off and you start cussing people out. That's not necessary, And if you are a type of person that is triggered so easily till you get to that point so easily, then you need anger management. You need help in that area. That's all. Because I don't think it's necessary. There are ways to handle situations. So it's like you go to a restaurant, they get your food order messed up. You start, mother effer, where am I this? That's not necessary. There are cases where it's not necessary. And there are cases where I think you should be vocal, depending on the situation. But all I'm saying is if it's not in your character to be loud and aggressive and cuss people off, pop off, then that's not how you're going to do things. You're going to do things in your way. But I do think it's not necessary to pop off every chance you get. That means you got an anger problem. There's something else is going on that and if you're easily triggered, then that could be a sign of issues as well. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. Divine Photo says modern women that show up on Kendra fail to realize men of value. A man with common sense will never take women like this seriously. They get clowned. Right. Exactly. I agree. Thank you, Divine Photos. I agree. I actually agree. Yeah. Yep. Thank you once again. I appreciate you. Let's continue.
Because I don't know if you're being serious or because it could be two things. You could be just trying to be funny, and that's what it is.
I don't play with the way I present myself on the internet at all.
Okay.
But I just try to be me, and that's it. And sometimes me is not me, and then me is me. But what I will do is if I get the chance again to come back up here.
No, you get 2 times. So let's finish this one out. So you did what you want. We did your deal breakers, which is no bum ass N-words, correct?
Yes. Am I allowed to curse up here?
Listen, you are allowed to be you. So what I'm trying to tell you is
can I go? Can I talk?
Sugar, hold on real quick. You can be you, but you can't get mad if you being you attracts a certain guy. That's all I'm saying. But you can absolutely be you.
But Kendra, I feel like that being a strong, outspoken woman should not deter certain men from you. I feel like
but it does though. I think ladies push a lot of pushback on that, but for the type of men that y'all want in these salary ranges, unless you're going for a rapper, right? Somebody that lives that life. But if y'all want these, well-decorum men that make a certain amount of money, it does matter. And a lot of times those men just want a woman to get along with their plan. They're not really trying to negotiate that. But those are the men y'all say y'all want. So
That's how I'm gonna tone it down.
let's just continue. Let's continue.
Okay.
So
XYZ, thank you for the super chat. Says DeeDee, you make good points. I like Miss Sugar. Thank you for the super chat, XYZ. I appreciate it. What do y'all think? Y'all think so men who make more money and have more standards or whatever, would they be okay with her? With the way she talks and stuff? I mean, for the longest, women were under the impression that men like a woman who's a little aggressive, that men like a woman with some oomph, some not just plain boring and too goody two shoes. Is that true? Because men, like a little challenge. That's what women have been under the impression, that men like you a little aggressive. They like you a little ghetto. They like you because they give them a challenge. Like they like a little bit of that. Is that true? I want to know your thoughts on that. Do y'all like a woman who got a little pizzazz? Because does she have to be a goody two shoes all the time? Like, what is it? What is it that y'all looking for? Like, are y'all okay with that? Because women, really, I've heard women say, and that men like a little spunk. They like a woman with a little, little edge, who gonna cuss them out every now and then, and tell them and push back. Not a woman who just say, oh, yes, honey, all the time. Oh my God, yes, honey. Do y'all want a woman who's a yes woman? Everything you say, she agree with. She don't ever have any mind of her own, like, because this is what women think. That's why they say, oh, the man don't want to push over, or a woman who just say yes to everything. Do you want that, or do you want a woman with a little edge to her? What is it? Thank you, XYZ, once again for the super chat. What's y'all thoughts on that? Successful MD says she's definitely a counter jumper, a counter jumping BK brawler. Dang. Why you say that? Why you say that? Oh my God. Oh, jump behind the counter and start some fighting. Oh Lord, I hope not. That ain't cute. You can be funny, but not hood or ratchet. Okay. I don't at all. Lorenzo Redmond says, yes, every man wants to fight a mammoth and then come home to fight. Okay. Nope. Avenge the answer, say, no, I'm scared of her. LOL. You can't take that woman anywhere. I like my woman nice and gentle. I ain't trying to be slap boxing with my chick. Hell no, feminine and nice. They say the crazy ones are good in the bedroom. Oh Lord. Probably, I don't know. Bring me a woman, sir. Hold the pizzazz, right? And Queen of Vibes, I've said it several times today. What terrible sabotaging advice. Oh my God, I want a partner. These masculine women will make you want to actually hurt them for real, child. Classy and ratchet. Why they feel the need to be strong? Strong for what, ma'am? Right. That's a whole nother child. I like my women reserved, conservative, and feminine. Successful MD says, no, I challenge a woman to make a meal from scratch. Ooh, that's going to be very few in between. I'm just saying, Successful MD. There's a few of them, but the majority, you ain't gonna find that. Few of them know how, but it's not that many. Just saying. Thank you, Successful MD.
So we did your deal breakers. Should
Yes.
the guy look a certain way?
Yes. I would love a man taller than me. Somebody in my area that I can date, and somebody that can actually control me. I need controlling. I'm a little bit.
You want a man that will put you in your place.
Absolutely. A strong man. I would consider him a strong man.
Just out of curiosity, your two children's dads, neither one of them were options?
They were. Well, one of them I just found out today that he had another kid. That was a big thing for me. I'm actually
real quick, are you streaming right now?
Hell no.
Okay, no.
I only got one phone, baby.
Okay, that's what they were. were telling me in the comment section. Okay,
Oh,
so
no.
continue.
I
Why
only
your
got one
children's
phone.
dads are
I
the
don't
same?
stream. I'm not a streamer.
Okay.
I'm not, yeah. I don't do things like that, but I'm not.
Okay.
But I found out he had another child today, which it did break my heart.
Which
Make me
one?
feel
Which child's father is this?
the oldest one.
12. Okay.
The 12. Oh, girl.
I wrote it
Yeah.
down. You said a 12-year-old and a 7-year-old.
Okay, yes. 12, yes. So I just found out today that he had an older a son that he produced without my knowledge. I feel like he owed me the respect to tell me at least. And it did make me upset, but I would want a man around me to understand what I feel. Like just somebody that's like,
Have you guys still been dealing with each other for the
no,
last 12 years? No. Okay. Now, was your child his only child?
no, he had a son. His son is like 19.
Oh, so you just found out today he has a 19-year-old son?
Yes. So I thought I was the last of but I guess I'm not. And it
How
kind
many
of
kids does he have? Do we have?
just a 19 and my 12-year-old.
So you thought
but
he
now
had his only child?
I thought I was the only one.
Okay.
And that threw me off. Kind of threw off my night, and that's probably why I'm a little bit up here and being
Have
upset.
you been drinking? Okay.
A little bit.
A little.
Just to mask the pain.
Okay. But that relationship been over for years, right?
Yeah, but he just sent me a D pic, Kendra.
Well, hold on real quick. This is
See, now I really see what's going on here, child. Pharaoh, thank you for the super chat. Says AD on spring break. I'm on the midnight plane to Ghana. Peace and blessings to you and chat, homies. Be safe, Pharaoh. Thank you so much for the super chat. Be safe. Be safe out there. Thank you. Successful MD says those men are buried or in hiding. She's capping. Oh, shoot. Shoot. Oh, Lord. Let's continue, baby. She's
why sometimes people don't want to deal with people with children because baby daddy is still
baby daddy wanted to pull up. We have not dealt with each other for months. So
months. Your child's 12.
Years.
Months or years?
A little bit of both, girl. But no, listen to me. So, you don't put a timeline on when you talk to somebody. So, I didn't put a timeline on it.
You guys don't have a timeline. You have a lifetime connection. You have a child.
Exactly. But he put himself out there, and he put himself out there for real a couple weeks ago. And he sent me a D pic. Okay. And I was like, okay, you know what? We back good. And today's actually my daughter's 12th birthday. That's why I'm sipping, because we was partying. My family came here, so we had a few drinks and stuff like that. And I found out because I'm talking to him, and I'm like, you know what? And that's why I trust my gut. My gut is nothing to be played with. I'm like, you got a baby on the way? He's like, who told you that? I'm like, somebody told me.
How your gut can tell you anything? Do it tell you to, stop eating? I'm just saying, like, do your gut tell you if your gut is always right, why does things always go so wrong? Why your gut don't really tell you the real shit? The same thing with the intuition that you should be knowing. Why is it that you got to go on a show and ask another woman, why I ain't getting the right man? Shouldn't your gut tell you that? Just saying, the gut don't be lying to y'all. Y'all don't really be perceiving what the gut be saying, or you making it up. You want it to tell you what you feel. So whatever you think it's telling you, go with the feeling. Like, right about somebody else. Somebody else having a baby, but you don't know what to do in your own life. You don't know how to pick them, what to do. You need guidance. Your gut told you to put the tattoos on your forehead. Your gut told you to do all the stuff that you did. That's got you on here wondering what the hell is going on. Like, the gut and all this intuition is lying to y'all. I'm just saying. Successful MD says DeeDee can't hold back those laughs, child. I try. I don't want, because it's really not laughable. A lot of it is, but it ain't, but it is, Thank you, Successful MD, once again. I mean, hell, the gut always telling you about somebody else. I'm just saying, I don't get it. I don't get it. The gut, the intuition, all these things you know so much about, but they don't help you. Because her gut is probably carrying a new baby. Ain't no baby in there. Hell, it's just fat. That's all. Hell, thank you, Successful MD. Fat, cholesterol. Hell, what is that telling you? Why that don't tell you what to get rid of it? Just saying. Thank you, Successful MD.
He's like, yeah, I do. He's like, actually, the baby was born already, and that kind of messed up my, kind of. It kind of.
Does he have a new child or the 19-year-old?
A new child.
Okay. So, girl, you're not telling the story appropriate.
Okay.
You said he had a 19. So you told us he had a 19-year-old.
He has a 19-year-old.
Now we have a 12-year-old.
12. So the 19-year-old is his son.
Well, you told
the 12-year-old is my daughter.
But you said that you found out about the 19-year-old today. That's not who you found out about.
No,
Trey. She ain't do it yet. I don't think so. We gonna see. She didn't do the Kendra Cam yet, child.
The baby is months old.
Okay, that's why I was trying to get, because I was gonna say, why are you mad about a 19-year-old child?
Oh, no.
So he recently had a. Okay,
yes.
So this makes sense. So how old is the newborn baby?
He's not telling me how old the baby is. He just said I had a baby.
Okay, so now this makes sense. And you guys got back to dealing with each other.
Well, he sent me a D pic a few months ago.
So deal with each other after the D pic?
No, we were supposed to meet up for my
girl. So he said, "What you think the D pic is for? To give you some D? Why would you do that? He got a baby with somebody else. He looking at you like he wanted to give you that D, and that's it. And then you try to look for another man. Now, any man, y'all forget you're on here trying to find a man. So a man on here listening to you gonna pass, swipe. They're gonna keep going because you trying to get D from the ex, which men already speculate that happens, assume that happens, and it's true. It is right. So you looking to get D from him, thinking y'all gonna have something. He just want the D. He ain't trying to get no relationship. He knew that's why y'all ain't in a relationship. It didn't work out. So he's circling back to give you some of that D because you probably like it and he like it too. And that's all he like. So that's all he gonna get and keep it moving, child. Let's continue.
My daughter's birthday. Because he was supposed to pull up for my daughter's birthday and just,
This is a 12-year-old dad. Okay, so how we got here, because I was just trying to figure out why you couldn't be in a relationship with your 12-year-old dad or the 7-year-old dad.
That's why.
What about the 7-year-old dad?
He's not involved.
Okay, all right. So, shouldn't the man look a certain way? I'm not sure if I asked you that question.
I think as long as he's taller than me.
How tall are you?
And I'm 5'9".
Okay.
I'm a tall girl.
Tall.
I'm a thick girl. I did the Kendra Cam. I did that before.
You're gonna do it again?
Girl, for real?
We didn't get there yet. Yeah, okay. You gotta do it again. So be taller than you, 5'9". What about money? Should you make a certain amount of money?
No.
Okay.
We can make it work.
You can
make it work. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Oh God, Kendra, I have on a nasty t-shirt. Can I change my shirt?
Go ahead, girl.
All
y'all be having every excuse in the world when it be time for the Kendra.
No, Kendra, this is real shit though. Like,
I mean, it always happens. Y'all got every excuse in the world when it be time for the Kendra Cam.
I'm just gonna throw in the shirt because we all big up here. We're the leftovers, Kendra.
Who's the leftovers?
We're the leftovers, and I saw it. I read an article.
Kendra, don't act like who. Oh Lord, let me tell you something. I like her. To a degree. She ain't lying. She's aware of that, girl. Y'all the leftovers. She ain't lying, girl. Y'all the leftovers, girl, and y'all big. Everybody got big backs. We've seen them. At least she got some type of accountability. Give her that. Give her that little 2 cents. Girl, get it that. I give you that little bit, Miss whatever her name is. Girl, yes, y'all are the leftovers and y'all are big. You right. She ain't lying. She ain't delusional about that shit. At least she know that. At least she ain't completely in la. She look crazy, but she ain't completely in la la land, baby. She said, "Yeah, girl, you know we all big and we the leftovers, huh?" You ain't lying, girl. That's exactly the truth. Just saying.
Who's the we? Who's the we?
They said that anybody above the age of 30 are leftovers.
Honey, I'm not leftover or nothing. I'm a specialty.
Kevin-
So let me tell you something. I'm trying to be kind. Now, I let the earlier comparison slide. If you want to talk about your life, that is your business. But stop acting like we one and the same. Now it's gonna sound cocky, but I'm gonna have to be cocky for a second.
Oh, I thought you was.
You got
I'm not talking about you.
one. You got the first one off. You ain't getting the second one off.
Who you talking to? Me?
I'm talking to you, exactly you.
Plant that.
Sugar, Cherry, New Jersey. I'm talking to you. That's who's on the phone, right?
It's Cherry Hill, baby.
Well, whatever. It's the girl on the screen. That's who I'm talking to.
Who you talking to me?
Exactly. Sure am.
Oh, you got a nasty attitude. What's up with you?
Oh no, I'm reflecting you.
Triggered. She got triggered.
You want to do the Kendra Cam or not?
I'm gonna do it.
Okay, then do the Kendra Cam.
Oh snap!
Right,
Wait a minute.
Yeah, all right.
Hold on. Kendra got triggered. Girl, that hit a nerve. Okay, that hit a nerve. Kendra said, "Oh, pump your brakes, ma'am. Don't speak on me. I ain't left over." Ooh, that triggered her. Why that triggered her so much? Damn, when you get triggered, it's for a reason. I'm just saying. I'm with you, Kendra, when you're right, but when you're not, I can't roll. Kendra got triggered, baby. That leftover comment made her feel some kind of way. So she didn't like that. She got pissed. She's like, baby, I don't know who the hell you talking to. We ain't one and the same, girl. I ain't with you. I'm a special type of breed, girl. Delusional. The delusion is real. Now, one thing I've learned, if you gonna be in these spaces, and I ain't telling nobody what to do, this is what I learned. This is my opinion, okay? And I'm entitled to it. One thing I've learned in being, just in general, not even being in these social media streets, I've learned this before this. But when you are giving people advice, you gotta accept it too. You are not special. You got to accept some criticism if it applies to you as well. None of us are on this hierarchy and better than nobody. A lot of us are on the same. I'm married, but marriage doesn't mean perfect. Okay, let's get it together. If you're going to give advice in these streets, you got to understand you are not the authority just because you give advice. You don't have it all right either. I'm talking about all of us, everybody. You got to understand when to accept criticism yourself. If certain things apply to you that apply to the ones you're talking to, you got to be willing to accept it too. You're not exempt. You are not exempt, because that shows a level of either insecurity, a level that you are not willing to address the things that you're trying to tell the other people they need to address and they need to change. Some things about you might need to change too. So you're not exempt just because you talk about, none of us, me and everybody else. If you're talking about relationships and you telling people certain things, you cannot exempt yourself. I'm telling you right now, nobody's exempt. Nobody got it all made in the shade. Nobody is perfect. Everybody needs to work on some shit. All of us. Now, some may have certain areas figured out, but you don't have every area figured out. So if you align with what you're telling somebody else they need to do, just like the lady called out and said, hey, you are you, and you goes off and you cuss people out, then what you're telling her may apply to you as well. That maybe you need to change that about yourself. If you're telling her, hey, this might not be a good representation for you to get the type of man you want. Hey, that may apply to Kendra too. It may. I'm just saying, you got to be ready to accept certain things as well. You know what I'm saying? So once again, she was triggered. She didn't like that comment because why? She may feel some type of way it applies to her. Because if you're not getting the outcome that you want as the person giving the information, then you got to accept that point too. You're not special. You're not a special case. Hell, we all human beings, baby. Your money don't make you a special case. I don't care. That's what I'm saying. I don't care who you are. How much money you make does not reflect on who you are as a person. You just make money. That's it. Sugar just made Kendra flip. Yes, the hell she did. Yes, she did. Let's call a spade a spade. She triggered Kendra right there. Kendra got pissed. Rick H Town, thank you for the super chat. Says on a dating show and still happily accepting D pics from baby dad. This is why dudes checked out the dating game. Exactly. Thank you, Rick H. Town. I appreciate you for the super chat. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's crazy. So men are gonna look at that they're gonna see that as a red flag and they're not gonna want to deal with that. Um, but yeah. She was triggered, but once again, like I'll say it again, we are not exempt. We're all human beings going through shit. Certain things you may not have accomplished yet, certain things you may not have learned, and I may have, but just because you telling somebody what they need to do don't make you you know what I'm saying? Don't make you the end all be all. Don't make you the what is it? That's how I feel about what's his name? The coolie guy. What's his name, y'all? No Fugazi. Like the content now, and have definitely watched the content. I haven't been watching lately, but I've watched like the content. But when you start coming off like you're the you do no wrong and you're perfect and you're the master at all this, that's when you lose people. That's when you lose people. No, ain't no master. No, nobody's a master just because you got opinions and your opinions may sound good. Don't mean you're a master of advice and you're the master of everything and you got it all made in the shade and you're so perfect and you don't mess up. That's where you lose people. I know that's where I get lost because I'm like, nah, I know that's not realistic. No, be you got to be open to you and your flaws too, and let people know, hey, this is the route you should take. But hey, I'm not a master at it either. This stuff still can apply to me too in certain things. What applies, what doesn't. So that's where you lose people, trying to make it seem like you're just this perfect individual and nothing applies to you. No. Yeah. You can't do that. Let's continue.
I can't make none of y'all niggas happy on here though. Let me put the phone down. Can you hear me?
Kendra Cam.
Yes, we can hear you. Okay. We see you, girl. We can see your legs.
Yeah, well, I'm a regular bitch.
Okay. Sugar, when was your last relationship, honey?
A few years ago. That was with my baby father.
Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone? You don't have to answer.
Probably like 6 months ago.
Okay. 3 flaws. We gotta see your face. 3 flaws you have to work on.
The way I talk to people.
Okay.
I have a big problem with authority. I would say my time. I don't have a lot of time to deal with people, but I want to. And my third one, I would say, is my habits of being in my soft girl era. I'm not there yet, but I still want to settle down. And my lips being dry.
All right.
What the fuck?
Oh, wait, I think I got it. What's the age range you want to date?
I'm going all the way to 90. I don't give a fuck.
You know what? I think did you say that last time?
She said,
why would you date a 90-year-old man?
Because I feel like he gonna leave me with something.
Oh, you want a sugar daddy?
Girl.
No, it's not that. I just want a man to be in his space and to be able to deal with me. And you be who you are, I'm gonna be who I am, and we're gonna make it work. That's it. And if you 90 years old and you got something you got a little bit of extra space to pass around, why not?
Are you talking about money? Because a 90-year-old probably can't have sex anymore.
Time too. Time is very important when you deal with a man. To me, time is more important than sex. I would deal with a man that has more time than sex. Give me my time with you. We could go zip lining. We could go to the movie theaters. We could go ice skating. Give me the time. Sex is nothing. I don't come.
What did she say? Wait a minute. Because I'm about to comment on the zip lining thing. Girl, is that the first thing? Zip lining? I don't know. I'd be scared. I'm just saying. Hell, I mean, those ropes are real thick, right? And strong, right? You know, why is it the bigger people always want to go zip lining? Like, I would be scared as hell that rope gonna pop, child. I'm not secure in that. I'm like, nah, I don't know. Do something else. Just saying.
No,
So you had 2 kids and you never,
never,
uh, never.
never.
Oh wow.
So you could be with a man and not have sex at all
Absolutely.
and be faithful. Could
Absolutely.
Ooh.
he sleep with somebody else?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, she on another type of time.
Yeah, he can.
okay. And the last question is, why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
Because I am a time. Okay. I'm a time. And a time in more ways than
She says she don't, get to that sexual arousement. She's never happened to her. That's unfortunate. That's what she's saying. She's never gotten to that climax. She's never gotten there. That's unfortunate. Wow. That's unfortunate. I'm just saying. And I hear a lot of women say that too. I don't know what's going on. But that's unfortunate, child. I'm just say that and leave that there. Let's continue.
one. I'm talking about I know how to turn it up and turn it down. I know when it's time to be a lady, even though I might not present myself like that tonight, but I know how to turn it up, turn it down, and just be a great vibe. And I'm working on that too. So you're gonna be able to enjoy the journey with me, and we're gonna be good.
And you'll be good. All right, let's do
Absolutely.
it. Sugar, should he be in Cherry Hill, New
No.
Jersey? No. Okay. So we got Sugar, Cherry Hill, New Jersey, mom of 2 kids. Do you want more kids?
Yes.
Yes. Could the guy have kids already?
I would prefer that he does.
Okay. So, mom of 2, she works in insurance, 34, Aquarius. Are you on the Kendra G Singles dating app?
Not yet.
So you was here. You said you was on the show before, right?
I downloaded it, but I owe Apple money.
So the download the app is free.
No. Oh, when you owe Apple money, they don't let you download shit.
Oh, I didn't know this. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
so I had my whole family on my plan, and they started downloading a bunch of shit, and I have to pay them like $100 and something. So
okay. Well, when you take care of your Apple bill, go to the Apple Store, type in Kendra G Singles, and download the dating app.
But Kendra, can I ask you a question?
Nah, we good. All right. Next up. Let me tell y'all something.
Kendra was pissed.
I'm only a gangster when I have to be, but let me tell you this: respect is a requirement. Respect is a requirement. Now, a lot of y'all cousins, and I call y'all my cousins, but sometimes y'all get a little too comfortable, like you blood cousins, and that's the only thing I don't like about this show, because y'all get a little too comfortable and being disrespectful.
It comes.
Now, I told y'all all the time, I'm sit here, I'm a bougie ass girl. I live in Beverly Hills, California. I worked very hard for the life that I have. But I will cuss your ass out at any given moment. Okay? And the bottom line is,
The fact that Kendra says, "Oh, she live in Beverly Hills, California," that don't mean shit. That have you heard of you could take the girl out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the girl. So no matter where you live, if it's in you, it's in you, and your life reflects that in other ways. Financially, you're successful. A lot of people are successful financially, but they still have a nasty attitude and a nasty disposition. And a lot of times it's just a nasty person and it'll show. So that's the parts you have to work on. If you could say, and I'm just saying, if you're talking to people and you're telling people things that they need to do to better themselves for relationships, you have to take your own advice. Just because you make this is why a lot of women get it twisted. They think that because they make a lot of money and they live in a certain area and they drive a certain kind of car, that they're better. That don't mean shit. That don't mean you're better. That means you make a decent amount of money and you can take care of yourself pretty well. But other than that, your personality, who you are, all of that suffers because you're not working on yourself. And I think that message needs to stop. We got to stop leading with our accolades. Oh, I have a master's degree and I'm a PhD. So is that does your PhD? Because that's what this crazy lady said in another. She who was fighting these men from delivering her refrigerator. She on the ground acting a plum fool. Talking about she got a master's and a PhD. I'm like, man, what, you crazy? You batshit crazy. What that got to do with your mentality? Your where you live, how much money you make, how well you take care of yourself has nothing to do with who you are as a person. And if you will cuss somebody else out at a drop of a dime, you have no composure. You don't know how to manage your anger. You don't know how to manage your triggers. That could be a reason why a lot of people suffer in the dating market, because you haven't learned. You mastered successfully financially. You've mastered success in a financial way, but you have not mastered how to be a better individual, because it's not a flex, in my opinion, once again, to say that I will cuss you out in a heartbeat. That means you have issues and insecurities. And a lot of us have them. And if you have not been able to manage that and get that under control, it shows why a lot of women have issues when it comes to dating. And typically women who are super successful always suffer in the dating area, because they have this mentality like, hell, I worked hard for what I got and nobody can tell me nothing. And I have room to be the way I am. That's how they think. And unfortunately, that affects your dating market, the dating market, you in the dating market. That affects who will date you, because that displays in a relationship, like I said earlier. So I wish women would just stop leading with that.
Respect is a requirement. It is a requirement. So if you're calling here to find love, that is the reason you call here. No other reason to call me if you're not looking for love. And that's just that.
All new Kendra G singles dating app is available.
And I do think, it goes both ways. And I think if you are calling in somebody's show, you need to be respectful. But just because you're calling into the show, you need to be respectful. But respect it's got to be on both sides. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with her with that. But at the same time, though, when I hear women say, I've worked so hard and I make this amount of money and I live here, what that got to do with your attitude? That has nothing to do with your attitude. That means you could look nice, basically what the girl alluded to earlier, that they're kind of in the same boat. You look nice, you could dress up well, you can look expensive, but your attitude is not in the right place. And you don't have the right disposition to be able to work with anybody. It becomes difficult, especially in intimate relationships. You get in a relationship with somebody, that attitude is still there. It doesn't switch up. It doesn't change. It comes out. And any man of substance and a man who has standards is not going to deal with that. And this is why most successful women are single, because they feel like they're deserving of something. A lot of times they think that they're better because they work so hard. So they think that's supposed to translate into a relationship where a man is supposed to kiss their ass, really, and bow down to them and look up to them because, oh, you worked so hard in your life. Look what you've accomplished. You're my queen. I'm going to do whatever you want, and I'm going to just be scared of you or some shit. No, that don't work like that. And I think that is part of the problem. Mr. Marcus says, what kind of masturbate, Sean, y'all doing if you never climax? Listen, there are a lot of women. Thank you for the super chat, Mr. Marcus. Thank you. There are a lot of women who say that they have never experienced that. I don't, and I don't know. I mean, lots of women who say that is the case. I don't know who they dealing with or what the issues are. I don't know. But a lot of them say that has never happened. That they've never experienced that. And I don't know what to tell you. I don't, that ain't my experience. Thank you for the super chat. So I don't know how that happens. I would have to talk to the women who had that experience, because that ain't me. But yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I don't know what's going on with that. I can't tell you. I can't call it. I can't tell you. Abu, I hope I'm saying that right. Says because they're using too many toys in their cooch. Maybe it's the toys that's just desensitizing it. I don't know. I don't know. It's not easy to reach the older I've gotten. It's not easy to reach the older I've gotten, the better. Men provide love by providing homes and protection. They want Oh Lord, have mercy. They never experienced it because they just been thoughting the whole time. Could be. It's mental, most likely. Could be. It could be a multitude of things, y'all. I don't know. I've heard that before. And I thought it was kind of strange. But yeah, I've definitely heard a lot of women say that. And the funny thing about it, some of these people are in relationships. They're in relationships and they're not communicating that to their partner. They just, some of them faking the funk, just faking and making it, making their partners think that, that they're doing something when they're really not. And I think that that's crazy too. I don't think you should be faking anything. Honestly, that's just me. That's my opinion. In my opinion, I don't think you should be faking it. Don't fake. Be honest about what it is and be transparent and communicate, especially if you're in look, just be honest. Don't fake, because you be making these men think that they putting it down. Like, oh yeah, they think they putting it down, they're doing this and that. And then you faking the whole time. And they run around holding their chest out thinking they did something and really ain't do nothing, because if you're not doing that, what are you doing? Like, and if you're in a relationship, you need to communicate that to each other. You need to tell a person what's not happening, what's happening, so y'all can make it right. If you're just sitting there lying and faking and think they doing something they not, how is that benefiting you? You gonna just keep on? You want to be in that situation? I'm just saying, let them know what's going on. Like, because it's easy for women to fake it. It's hard for the man to fake it, because we know when y'all, just saying, I'm not getting deep into this because this ain't my lane. But I'm just saying, I'll just say this. I would advise anybody not to fake it. Talk to the person, communicate with them. Look, hey, maybe we need to try something different because what we're doing ain't working, and I'm not getting to that point like you are, and I'm just sitting here, miserable. So no, you need to communicate that. Don't be afraid to tell them. You don't have to be mean about it, but tell them, hey babe, I'm not, you're not doing it for me. I'm just saying, we need to try something else. Do whatever we gotta do. Let's try, because I'm miserable and you just, doing good on your end and I'm sitting here struggling. So let them know. I'm just saying, let them know. Let them know. Don't sit there and act like it ain't happening. Like it's happening when it's not. She was worried she was gonna be preggo. I was like, you have nothing to worry about, child. Yeah, it's just crazy. I've never heard a man say he fakes it. Weird as I've never heard a man said he fakes it. Weird as hell. What? I'm going back. Wait. So why would? Okay, I'm not asking that question. Someone said, no wonder she's so angry. Right. Yeah, she's built up. Like she just, I don't know. So why go through all of that and you don't ever get to, like, why are you fooling with, I don't know, child. It just don't make no sense. Why would you be constantly being, so that means none of the baby daddies did it for her. She just got babies by him. What a waste. I'm just saying, you get a baby, not the baby. The babies are precious. They're innocent. But I'm saying, like, so you're going to be trying to hook up with the ex and none of that happens. You just lay there and let him get all the pleasure and you don't get nothing? Why would you keep doing that? I'm just saying. It don't make no sense to me. It really don't. I'm going to play another clip for y'all, then we're going to wrap this up. I want to play this clip, y'all. And I want to get y'all thoughts. Give me 1 second to pull it up. Make sure y'all are hitting the like button. Please hit the like button. Hit the like button, y'all.
Dismantle this thought that it's too late.
Yes.
Because I think that I'm a millennial, and like millennial women were really set up for the okie doke, because they told us from when we were little, Don't depend on anybody. Make sure you get your own. Always be independent. Go to college, get an education. Don't have a don't put a man before your, like, we were hammered. The messaging was go to college, have something that you can stand on, and then think about a man and a baby. And a lot of us did that, and what that did was it made us older, entering motherhood, we started thinking about making a family later. And then I feel like we just got shamed on the back end. And we were like, wait a minute, but I thought this is what we were supposed to do. I want to dismantle this thought.
And this just speaks to, it says, woman says millennial women were encouraged by their parents to be independent and wait to have a family. Exactly. So I wanted to just play that really quickly because it speaks to the point I made earlier of how if you want to be mad at somebody, you should be mad at your parents or parents who told you to be this way, because they're the ones who set you up for failure. Be mad at them. Don't be mad at all men. Be mad at the people who taught you this way, who told you that this was beneficial to you and comes to find out it's not. So those are the people, once again, who you should be mad at. That spoke to what I said earlier. I just wanted to play that because that's where it comes from. Your anger is misguided. Your anger is misguided. Because there are men and there are mothers and fathers there are fathers who said they taught their daughters to be independent and don't depend on a man. And so it comes from some fathers too. It's not, so blame them. Just blame them. Successful MD says she caught herself and changed the statement. Thank you, Successful MD, once again. I appreciate you. So yeah, your anger is just misdirected. Blame your mama, blame your daddy, whoever told you you don't need a man, you can do it by yourself, because now you're doing it by yourself and you're struggling and you don't have no help and you're wondering why. So that's where it comes from. That's all I'm saying. Go to your mothers and fathers and ask them why they told you that. And why you taught them to be independent, why they taught you to be independent, and now you're independent, and now you need help, and nobody is around to help you because the men, you're too independent, and men don't want. Why didn't they tell you men don't want these independent boss chicks? Nothing wrong with working, but the mentality that comes with it. Why didn't they tell you, hey, the mentality of being independent and being a boss chick is going to yield you single and by yourself because you're too manly to work with a man, and two men, if you don't go that way, don't want to be in a relationship together. They want a woman who's not so hard and strong and independent, but you are a helpmeet. You don't have to be, because there's a negative connotation that comes along with this boss chick strong image because they think they have to be that way because they have to work harder. See, I think when you have a man there, you don't have to work as hard. It don't mean you don't have to work and put in. You do, but you don't have to work as hard. So you understand cooperation. You understand working together, and you have a role, he has a role, y'all roles come together and y'all build up on it. So it's not as hard because you have somebody, y'all lean on each other. Y'all depend on each other. So where you're weak, he's strong. Where he's weak, you're strong. Y'all bring that together, and it don't seem like the hardest thing ever. But when you're out here by yourself and there's nobody to lean on, there's nobody there for support, or moral support, financial support in many different ways, then that's when you struggle in many different ways. So that's why I don't recommend that. I mean, you could still be financially successful, in my opinion, if you have the mentality of, hey, I'm going to work with a man. Now, I don't want to beat a man. I want to work with a man. So it's all about the mentality. It's not the fact that you got a job and you are successful. It's the mentality that you've created, that you've been taught to the way you've been taught to be. And so you just take what you've taught, you make some money, and then it makes it worse because now you feel like I've been independent doing it by myself. But that's what you were taught to do and be. So it's nobody's fault that you did it that way because you get it. You listen to your mama and your daddy, whoever, and you do it that way. And then you feel, you still feel funny about it. Like something's off. I'm making the money, but I'm still unhappy. I still want this. But the attitude that comes with it is the problem. Not the fact that you're working and taking care of yourself, because as an adult, you're supposed to. It's the mentality that comes along with it that throws men off and why you end up being by yourself. Bottom line. Yeah, lonely. Yeah. So that's just how that is. It's the mentality. It's not the fact that you make a lot of money. It's the mentality that comes with it. It's funny because I was watching this clip of Cheryl Underwood on Let me play it. I might as well while I'm here because I'm not gonna be live tomorrow. So let me just give y'all this because I'm not coming back up here tomorrow, y'all. I'm tired as hell. But let me pull up this clip of Shannon Sharp talking to Cheryl Underwood. I'm gonna pull this up. Let me see. And I want y'all to listen to what she had to say. And let me know your thoughts in the chat, y'all. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up. Where is it? Where is it? Shout out to Shannon Sharp. Oh, snap. Hold on. And listen to what she had to say. Can y'all hear it? Oh, yeah, I can't hear it. Okay, hold on. So I don't know. It's not muted here. Um, I don't know why y'all can't hear it. I think it's something with the clip. I'm gonna have to pull this up another day. Because I don't know how to get it on. The clip itself doesn't have the audio, so my bad for that. But I definitely want to speak on that. Because the clip doesn't have any audio. I'm gonna have to download the clip again. So I'm gonna just play it in another video, or I'll do a video on it, y'all. But she basically is talking about the way she was raised, and it's on Shannon Sharp's channel, how she was raised, and and how she thinks about a man. Now she was married before, and I think she said her husband passed away, and she's single, but she's addressing some things. I'll probably just put it in a video because once I get the clip to play, my bad on this one, y'all. So just look out for that video. I'll put it in a video, and I want y'all to chime in on what she had to say because I think it makes a lot of sense, right? So, or go to Shannon and check out her interview on Shannon Sharp. But I'll just put it in a video, and hopefully I can post it today. And y'all let me know what y'all think. All right. But she's basically speaking on how she was raised and how she don't have a problem making a man a sandwich or cooking for a man and doing those things, even though she makes more money. She still says the man is the leader because it's not just based on money. It's based on other things. And that's where a lot of women get it twisted because they think if I make all the money, then I'm in control and I can tell you what to do and treat you any kind of way. And that's not how that's supposed to go. So I think she made some really good points, and I'm going to pull it up again and put it in a video for you guys because I don't have the time to do it now. I do apologize for that, but make sure you guys pay attention to the video and chime in when I post it. All right. So thank y'all once again, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. Shout out to everybody who's in the building. Shout out to everybody watching, everybody who gave super chats or cash apps, everybody who supports the channel. I appreciate you guys so much. Make sure you are liking the stream. Hit the like button before you leave. Also, go over and watch the videos that are posted on the channel. Chime in the comments. I want to hear your thoughts of what you think. So make sure you are watching the videos, chiming in, liking them, and sharing them if you can. Leaving your thoughts to let me know that you are supporting the videos, right? And watch those so we can get the numbers up on those as well. I appreciate you for that, you guys. So that is it. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Shout out to everybody. Y'all be safe out here in these streets. Y'all be careful. Stay tuned for more content. I'm gonna try to post more content as much as possible. So make sure you are supporting in that way. Click that notification bell, hit all so that you will get all of the content, y'all. So y'all won't miss anything. And definitely chime in. I want to hear your thoughts on the content that is posted on the channel as well. So thank y'all once again for being here. Y'all be safe out here in these streets. Take care until next time, you guys. I love you guys. Y'all be safe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Mwah. Bye.